So we'll be covering the superficial back line first. This line you'll see taped on my back and the posterior of my body. I didn't tape all the way down the heel underneath my foot, nor basically from the base of the skull to the brow. Pretty awkward. So I tried to just tape as much as I could on just the right hand side of my body, so you can see how the movements are affected. So posturally, the superficial back line really looks at the idea of creating a stable upright posture as opposed to a more fetal bent forward posture. Movement wise, we're looking at extension or hyperextension. Basically from mid-thigh up, everything from the knee down is flexion and dorsiflexion, plantar flexion in the foot, not dorsiflexion. So we'll cut to the exercises. I'll be looking at the good morning and a relatively similar action with a different loading scheme, a clean pull. All right, so in the good morning, you'll be seeing not only flexion, but because we're trying to illustrate the movement, we'll be seeing the extension and hyperextension in the hips, maintenance of that extension through the thoracic and the spine and the neck. Now, with the good morning, the knee will stay flexed and the foot will stay neutral. It will not go into dorsiflexion or plantarflexion. That's why we'll be doing the clean pull to show and illustrate the flexion of the ankle, and also just the loading, the bend of the knees in both positions. So here is the good morning. And here is the clean pull. Alright, so the next fascial line we're looking at is the superficial front line. Pretty unique in the sense that it's not an interconnected line, meaning you got the upper torso or trunk that kind of terminates near the pubic symphysis. Then you have another line that originates at the top of the hip all the way down across the anterior portion of the foot. So this line basically posturally balances out the superficial back line, right? So it's to make sure we're not over in hyperextension all the time, okay? Functionally, it's going to flex the torso, flex the trunk, flex the hips. It's going to extend the knee and dorsiflex at the ankle. So an exercise I was thinking about using is the L-sit. Now, I don't have the tools at my disposal to show an L-sit, but I'll basically mimic what the action would look like. So in an L-sit, so you're going to get that forefold, that flexion in the torso, trying to create a hollow posture. You're going to be supporting yourself on the parallel bars or the rings. For this case, we'll use bars as an example. Okay. Then we're going to bring, to stay stable, I'm going to do it on one foot. So we're going to bring our knee up into a pike position. Now traditionally in gymnastics, their toes stay pointed down, right? So this achieves the hip flexion, but to get the knee extension, it's a lot harder to do while maintaining that dorsiflexion, right? It's going to put a lot of strain on the posterior chain or the superficial back line. So there's different ways you can kind of tinker with it to make sure that we can achieve that good posture dependent on the mobility of somebody's superficial back line. So the next fascial line we're looking at is the lateral line. So this line runs basically from the jaw all the way down to the bottom of the foot. And so with this one, posturally, each line right and left kind of balance each other out. So movement-wise though, that movement it's balancing is either a whole body or a torso flexion or bend in the direction of that line. So exercise-wise, I'm going to show a lying side crunch with a leg lift. I'm also going to show a kettlebell clean that they use in kettlebell sport because there's a moment of lateral flexion using the lateral line that I'd like to discuss. So here we're going to have a lying side crunch with a leg lift, and we're just going to show that flexion whole body and torso wise moving through that entire side. So as I move my body up, my leg comes up and back down. So the next line we're looking at is the spiral line. And a little interesting tidbit is that, so previously I've just been doing like one side or one part of my body to illustrate the line, so you can see the movement of the line during the exercise. I decided to do the entire wrap with this one because it's a whole body wrap by design. And the interesting thing is that I can feel, even on a loose t-shirt, that if there's parts of the tape that are a little bit too tight, I can feel that asymmetry and balance. So it's very interesting, like I said, a little nugget and pearl there. So with the spiral line, posture-wise, it's creating balance and control, especially in contralateral movements, walking or reaching for something. Movement-wise, it's either creating twist or torsion or maintaining trunk position through an isometric or an eccentric movement. So I'm going to show a windmill, a single arm windmill. So here's the windmill. Now that could be progressed to a full Turkish get-up, and it kind of does the same thing in terms of utilizing that fascial line to maintain that posture of the trunk. So the last fascial lines category that we're going to be talking about today is the front and back functional line. So we got the front all taped up, the back, and pardon the electrical tape. And redo. All right, so the last functional. Alright, so the last fascial lines we're going to be talking about today is the front and back functional lines. So we got the front setup, the back setup. Now, the interesting thing about this one, what makes it unique, is that they both have an insertion point at the humerus shaft. Now, the other thing is that while everything else is kind of functioning on a local basis, stability and movement through the core and the spine, this assists in speed and power and accuracy through the distal part of the extremities. So the exercises I'll be going through today are So the last fascial lines we're talking about is the front functional line and the back functional line. With these lines, the unique things about them is that they have insertion points, or at least they both attach on the shaft of the humerus. As well, everything else up to this point has been working on a localized basis, centered around the spine and the torso and the trunk. These lines more so are focused, or the movement focuses on creating power and accuracy through the appendages. So today I'll be looking at the difference between basically a hang muscle snatch and a hang power snatch to show the interconnectedness and the dropping of the hip to allow a faster and harder punch through of the arm. So here's a hang muscle snatch versus a hang power snatch. So having an interconnectedness and having the body be able to peel away and open up that line to create tension and support in the catches.